Let me ask you something. If I showed you a One Piece card that is worth thousands of dollars, would you assume that this is a manga rare? Because some of the rarest cards of all time are actually not manga rares. And some were never sold in packs, never meant to be for collectors, and were only available at special events if you showed up on the day and participated. So in this video, I'm going to break down every single One Piece card game rarity, going from the most basic of commons all the way up to rarities that some of you guys may have never even heard of. And trust me, by the end of this video, there may be some rarities and some cards that you guys never knew about. So yes, this is our comprehensive guide to every single One Piece card game rarity. I want this video to be something that you guys can watch and understand the rarity of every single card. And for those of you that don't know, my name is Bob, this channel is Bob's Japan, and I have been opening up One Piece cards since the first set release. That's right, I have an unboxing video of every single One Piece card game set, all the way from OP01 up until now. And that includes every single start deck, includes every single special set. Everything is on this channel. So go check out all of the videos after today because you will see that there is a lot. But my goal for today is to show you guys what are all of the different rarities of the One Piece card game, because I understand it can be kind of confusing. So we're going to take a look at each rarity and we're going to understand it deeply. Let's start with common cards. So yes, we are going to start right from the bottom. We're going to be taking a look at common cards. And for most collectors, they actually don't care so much about common cards because they don't really have a value. Unless you are a master collector, you probably don't care so much about these, but they are fundamental to how the game plays. You need common cards to play the game. Plus, some of the best art is on common cards. I mean, just look at this Carrot. I love Carrot. She's my favorite character. But some arts on these are wild. I mean, they truly are beautiful. So next up is uncommon, and uncommon cards, as the name implies, they are less common than common. I think basically in Japanese packs, you get one uncommon card. And there's a lot as well. There's stage cards, there's event cards, there's also character cards. Like, these are less common and are typically stronger than the common cards. So there's a lot of choice. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit interesting. We're now taking a look at rare cards. So rare cards have an art down in the bottom right corner, and rare cards basically have a holographic sheen to them. These cards are often stronger, these cards are often more sought after by players, and there are beautiful cards. I mean, look at that Mihawk card. That's such a cool card from OP14. Yeah, these are beautiful, beautiful cards. So these are standard rarities in packs. But now that we've looked at the base rarities for packs, we now need to take a look at leaders. Now, leaders are defined by the L at the bottom right corner, and basically every deck is defined by its leader card. So there is a lot of variety of characters, a lot of variety of like effects and attacks, but you need a leader card in a deck. So these are often very, very sought after. Most of these leader cards are not holographic, but there are some holographic variants that you can find in special pre-made decks. So you'll see down here, it says ST meaning structure deck. So we have a Eustace Kid and also a Crocodile card. These are cool looking cards, but these are leader cards. Now, the next booster pack rarity is super rare. So this is defined by the SR in the bottom right corner. And SRs, these are typically the strongest kinds of cards that you can get in your decks. And there is a lot of variety. Look at that Boa Hancock from OP01. Wow, that's going back quite a while. But basically, these are the stronger, more sought after cards. You get, I think, about 3 of these cards in a box, in a Japanese booster box. Like, even this most recent Nami card is gorgeous and very, very sought after right now. So these are the base guaranteed rarities. What we've talked about until now is what you can guarantee you will get in a box. But there is even more. Now, take a look at this Nami card for a second. It's beautiful, it's very, very pretty. But we're going to take a quick look at something called parallel cards. Now, a parallel card basically takes the base card and it creates a completely different art. And I think this is beautiful. The effects, the information, everything is exactly the same. So you can see everything here is exactly the same. It's just the design and pattern that is different. And I will show you a little bit of a close-up why you can tell and how you can tell that this is a parallel card. So first off, I hope that you can see, but there is a gorgeous texturing on here. Sometimes you'll see in my videos that I actually end up like feeling the cards because you can genuinely feel the really nice texturing on them. It is very, very cool. I try not to touch it too much because I don't want to damage the cards. But there are actually 2 more factors that show you very clearly that this is a parallel. The first one is the bottom right corner. There is a little star above the rarity. So you can see the SR has a star above it. So this means it is an alternative art. There is some confusion in the trading card game of what is an alternative art and what is a parallel. Basically, anything that has different art from the base art is considered an alternative art, but the star technically means it's a parallel rare. But on the left-hand side, you can see over here, hopefully if the focus will work, you can see that there is One Piece card game stamped on here. So this, you can actually feel it. It sticks out. So this shows that it is clearly a parallel. And you can get parallels for leader cards. So here is a parallel Sabo card with the exact same thing. So there is also the One Piece down there and the little star above the leader. And you can also get parallels from structure decks. So this is from the most recent deck in Japan, ST29. So this is a parallel bonus card. Again, you can see the One Piece logo down there, as well as the star mark above the rarity. So these are parallel cards, but it gets even rarer. Now, the challenge with parallel rares is there's actually two variants. There is the typical alternative art parallels, but there is also a different kind. There is something called SP cards. SP means special rare, and these are actually really hard to get. So they introduced these, I think, in the second year of One Piece cards to go back to previous cards and create new alternative arts. Now, this is actually an art from EB03, so we did pull this on the channel. It is a gorgeous card, but you can see it is a completely different card to what the actual super rare is. And there is also a Stussy card. So this is also SP. So it says SP down at the bottom next to super rare. So it's not technically a parallel, it is a special card. And there are so many amazing cards. Some of them have like gorgeous arts like this. Some of them also look like this. But these are very sought after. And also the Luffy cards and the Shanks cards, like there are so many special rarities that are really expensive. This card here from OP05, this Luffy card, has two variants and it is insanely pricey. I mean, it is wild. It's so stupid. Okay, are you guys still with me? Because we have one more booster pack rarity to take a look at. We're going to take a look at secret rares. Now, secret rares are one of the harder ones to get. These are not guaranteed in a box. However, they are in the base set. So it's a little bit tough. I mean, they're called secret rares, so they should be a secret, but they can be kind of hard to get. We're going to take a look at just three for now. We have Uta, we also have Ace, and we have a Luffy card. This Luffy card is from OP05. This did have a reprint in the PRB01 set. It's a very cool card, and you can see it is kind of textured, so very nice. Down at the bottom right hand corner, it says SEC for secret, and you can also see that it has 119, so it is right at the end of like a 120 card set. These are very cool cards. But here's where things get fire. Because secret rares actually become the rarest rarity. And that's when a secret rare is a manga rare. Now, every single manga rare card is a secret rare card. And they are wild. The chances of pulling one of these cards is really slim. And you can compare the rarity of this a little bit to SP cards, because both of them are quite tough to get, but the manga cards are the ones that people really chase when they are opening packs. Sadly, I have never pulled a manga rare. I've opened over 100 boxes of One Piece cards, and I still for some reason haven't been able to pull one. That's how rare they are. So these cards are gorgeous, but they are the rarest cards to pull in a booster pack. Now, there is one more rarity of card that we haven't talked about because it used to be in booster packs, but it's not anymore. You can only get them in PRB sets and in one pack of 24 packs in a Japanese booster box. We need to take a quick look at Don cards. Now, a Don card, you have 10 in a deck, or 10 when you play the game, and basically each art simply defines something about that set. So for example, we have the Silver's Rayleigh, there is also a Don Flamingo Don Quixote, there is also Shanks, and there is Roger. These are from different sets, and basically you are guaranteed one of these in a box. These are very cool cards, and as I say, you need 10 of them to play. They used to be in packs from OP01 to OP03, but then they stopped doing that from OP04 onwards, which is why the Japanese boxes actually shrank in size. They went from these big thick things to something a little bit smaller. But more recently, these cards have actually got even rarer because there is now an alternative parallel art Gold Don card. So this card here, you can see it is exactly the same. We have the very cool Roger card, but it is a parallel. So these are not guaranteed, but these are gorgeous, gorgeous cards. In the EB03 set, there were 4 different Don cards for 4 different ladies, and then they also had some gold cards. Actually, now I think about it, there were 5 because there was one in a special set, which we do also have we do have an opening for here. So if you want to go check that out, go check that out. So these are very, very hard to come by. Now that covers the rarities of cards that you can expect to get in booster packs, but there is one more thing I do want to show you. There are 3 types of card. They have 3 different colors. So if it is white and green like this, it is a Don card. Don, 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 don. If it is a blue card, it is common, uncommon, it is super rare, it is the secret rares. Basically, these are the key cards in your deck. If it is red, it is a leader card. So this is not looking at rarities, this is now looking at kind of like the types of cards that you can get in these sets. So very, very cool. But now let's get serious. So we are moving away from booster packs and we're going to start taking a look at event exclusive things. Now, there are certain events in Japan that if you attended and if you participated, you get either a promo card or you get some special alternative art card. I'm going to do this in 2 quick categories. The first one is participation, so actually going there. And then the second one is going to be flagship battle cards. So the first one, let's take a look at event cards. So I'm just going to show you 3. We have Luffy, we have Kid, and we also have Luffy again. Now, these 2 cards, as you can see, these are from a championship battle. So if you went to an event and you participated, you had a chance to get one of these cards. There was no guarantee that you would get this card, but there is a chance of getting one of them. I think there were 4 at this release, and basically different events just have different cards. So these are very, very cool. Now, what's interesting about this is down here, it says P-001. So there was a first original Luffy promo. I'll put an image of it up here. But this is a championship version of that. So these are kind of sought after. Very, very cool. But there is also the Bandai Card Game Fest. Now, I am applying right now to go for this year's Bandai Card Game Fest in Tokyo. And I'm actually trying to contact with the people that are setting up the event so that I can go in and film. But this is a special stamped card for the Bandai Card Game Fest in 2023 to 2024. Thankfully, I was able to get this. Sadly, I couldn't get last year's one. But this is also a promo card. Beautiful, beautiful alternative art. So these are some participation prizes. The next one to take a look at is flagship battle cards. Now, a flagship battle card looks like this. And we're going to start off with the Hibari card. So it has this gorgeous outline. These cards are actually in their own individual packs. So they have kind of like their own sleeves when you get them. They are gorgeous cards, and you can see that it even has like this nice little stamp there that says One Piece on it. These are so damn pretty. I only have 2 of these. I have a Zoro card and I have a Hibari card. The Zoro card is actually one of my favorites. It's Egawa art. Akira Egawa does some fantastic art in the Pokemon card game set. And I'm so happy that she's also doing art now for One Piece. But these are really, really rare and really sought after. Trying to get hold of these is really tough. If you want to get hold of them, either be lucky in the card shops or participate in an event. Now, there is one more item in this rarity level that I want to talk about a little bit later because I think it's actually the rarest level of card. So I'll talk about that after. But we haven't actually talked about promo cards. Promo cards are very simply what you would expect. You go to an event or you do something specific, you get a promotional card. And sometimes they can be in products, these can also be in magazines. You can get them many different ways. You can also buy them individually in card shops in Japan or wherever you are, whichever country. But I want to show you specifically magazine promos because these right now are being massively bought up and people are chasing them a lot. So for example, we have this Monkey D. Luffy. This is a gorgeous card. I think this was in a Shonen Jump magazine a couple of years ago. I picked this card up for 400 yen about half a year ago, maybe a year ago, but it's skyrocketed in price. The card that most of you recognize these days is this card. Now, this is the Volume 20 magazine promo card, and I was very, very lucky to get this when it first came out. Again, I'm a collector. I want to collect cards. I'm not an investor. I'm not a scalper either. So I just got one magazine. I brought it home. I did a video on this. It's a gorgeous card, but right now this is massively sought after. It is just beautiful. Look at this, and it's nicely textured too. But again, you could only get this from a specific magazine. The same thing as well with these 2 cards here. These were from the 3rd anniversary celebration book. So that has the 2 cards in there. Very, very cool cards. But these are exclusive cards for those books. And then in my opinion, there is the rarest rarity. There is the serialized cards. Now, serialized cards have a specific number on them, and these cards are ridiculously rare because there is a very, very limited number of them. The card that released recently that people are chasing a lot is this Nami card, because there are only a certain number of them, and people love Nami, and people really want to collect it. So only this many people in the world can get this card. These cards, I think, are the highest rarity. Now, there are other exclusive cards. For example, there is the Monkey D. Luffy, where it's wearing the Dodgers outfit. That card is pretty rare, but at the same time, everyone that joined that game, everyone that was in the stadium, got that card, and that's over 2,000. These serialized cards often have around 2,000 or less, so that makes them really, really hard to get. And then we could also compare this to signed cards. There is a special signed card in OP05, and it is extraordinarily rare, but again, it is not serialized, so I don't think this is the rarest rarity. I genuinely think that these numbered cards are extremely rare. And the final rarity of cards I want to talk about is premium cards. These are cards that you can only get either through the Bandai online website or through specific events that you had to purchase. For example, we have the Japanese version of the English 2nd anniversary set. These were very expensive. This was 20,000 yen for this set. We do have a video of this up on the channel, so do go check that out too. But these are very specific, unique arts for cards going back to OP09. And these were only available for a very, very short time. In addition to this, there are also these kinds of premium collections. So this is the 25th anniversary. I actually gave one of these away on the channel about 4 or 5 months ago. But these are specific cards that you could only get through the Bandai Premium website. These are gorgeous. Another example would be, for example, the One Piece Day cards. So here we have One Piece Day 24. So we have these two here. Beautiful cards. So we have specific arts for Dons and also Luffy. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We also have the 25th one, or One Piece Day 25, which has these two cards in here too. Very, very cool. Like, there's also Leader Premium collections. So you can see that there are also these cards as well. Basically, you could only get these cards through specific times, purchasing them at specific places. And that's what makes them so premium. They are very, very, very hard to get. But there you have it. That is our conclusive video on One Piece card game rarities. And I covered a lot of information in this video. Hopefully, I did put appropriate chapters down here so that you can click back and check on previous things to see what rarities there are. But what I'd like for you guys to do is please comment below, what do you think is the rarest rarity? Like, what rarity is the hardest to get? And if there is something I have missed, please also comment below. Don't berate me for it, but please do comment below if there is something that you think I should have talked about, because we might remake this video in the future, depending on what other rarities come out. But if you guys haven't already, please do give us a like, please subscribe, please also hit the hype button down below, because that really, really, really does help the channel. And if you haven't seen it already, go check out some of our One Piece card game openings. There is an entire playlist where you can see every single opening that we've done, including a lot of these collection and special sets, as well as every single booster set that has released in Japan. There is a ton of great content, so please do go and check those out. Okay, that's everything from me. Happy collecting, and I will see you in another video coming very soon. Alright, bye guys! I really do love the One Piece card game. There are so many amazing cards. I mean, just look at these. I can't believe how sought after this card is now. But they are amazing. Don't forget to comment below, what is your rarest card? And if I missed anything, please do let me know down below.